All right, coming back into this game, it's the final match. Big shout out to Lee Faith. Again, sorry for the delay on all these sub shoutouts, guys, but Lee Faith, welcome to the family. Thank you for subbing, and thank you for that support. And you can look forward to all these awesome replays a little bit further down the line, but we got to get through the day first. So, James, take us away with these intros.
The last map, Foxtrot Labs, spawning on the 10 o'clock position. Blue Protoss, it's my Insanity's reign.
Is DongRaeGu?
The bottom right aisles, the red Zerg, it's DRG.
It's...
Rifkin has to like do stuff right, but it's just like now we're all messed up. Like who's gonna be first to like the next series? Who's gonna introduce the second player? Question mark?
Exclamation mark. You guys
No,
should be like,
that's the
we
question.
We should just have...
I want to invite this guy. I want to or introduce this guy. I want to introduce that guy. I'll do both. Where's the initiative, folks?
No.
We should have exact same like we should have a written intro sentences, and then every time we intro, we just say the exact same sentence. Then if we overlap each other, it still seems seamless.
Well, we should do that telephone thing because that works out really well.
Yeah, it's a good way to waste time in the early game. I mean, we'll take about 5 friggin' minutes to introduce a player.
Call out one person.
Oh, hey, guys, DRG takes a quick third, kind of as you would expect, but he does have the gold. We talked a little bit before the game about these spawn locations definitely influencing the players. Gold base is not fun to deal with on this map. Stalkers sit behind the mineral lines, force fields can go down, there's a lot of ramps to fight around. Rain, if he decides to go for some sort of gateway-centric all-in, could really hurt DRG for taking this gold so early. Alternatively, if DRG gets away with a gold base that is natural, he's going to be in a really fantastic spot in the early game.
It's going to be really difficult to get away with the gold base, but a lot of mentality on this map to take the gold taking the gold first is to get more drones out, so he could eventually, if it comes to, just lose the gold base and just expand out with the extra income that he gathered from that base.
Yeah, I've been slouching a little bit on the overlays a little bit today, guys. But this is a best of 3. I want to stress that the Bronze Leaves match. We've thrown so many tournaments to this point, and we've learned very consistently. People really don't like playing the third place match. I kind of understand the defeatist point of view where you're like, I didn't get first, so I don't really care. But so we've tried to tone it down, take it from the best of 5s, turn it into best of 3s, and it seems to be going a little bit better since we started doing that. But I'm still very much looking forward to the best of 7 finals after this. But the next is from Rain, going to complete here in a moment's time. He's not really offset by this, and we're not going to see any sort of, I guess, initial reaction to like, oh my god, panic, he's got a gold base, what do I do? What do I do? He'll probably just play this safe and sound to maybe 3 gates, possibly down 4 and 2 bases, maybe go higher if he really wants to go ballsy, but it's not something he can ignore. He cannot just let DRG get away with his gold base.
What do you think he's going to do? I'm thinking 2 base all in, but what type? That's the real question.
I
don't
gateways.
think from Rain or from Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how does he deal with the gold, James? What's the call, man?
If he was Protoss other than Rain, I would say it would have been an all-in. He's just gonna poke some jabs with a handful of stalkers. And
why?
Because Rain just
He doesn't all in.
Especially when it comes to important series.
Oh, so
he doesn't.
When he was down 1, he all in. But when it's the ace match, he doesn't all in.
Well, it's not just that, but I'm also thinking back to Soxer's game on this map too, right? Like it wasn't necessarily the start of an all-in, but something that very strongly became one. Maybe he's not going to throw it on 7 gateways heavy, but I still think 4 off of 2 bases is pretty manageable for trying to shut down the gold base without over-dedicating to it. I mean, even what he's doing right now, as James said, like light poke to start, it's just to deny mining, and that's all you really need to do. Who cares if the hatchery's up? It's a larva factory. Great, cool beans, but it's the drones mining that are the big deal.
It's only 3 gateways, and he's not even like bothering to put down a proxy pylon, so it's going to be an expansion build. The question right now is like, does he go to gold or does he take the 1 to the 3rd? Obviously, one's safer than the other.
I think matching gold for gold could be pretty cool, but very risky.
It could be, yeah, but that's the thing though, is that like if he goes for a 3rd, which he is, he's pretty much saying that like DRG can get away with his own gold. And then like, what are you gonna do with that? Is he gonna go for like Ling Hydra? Do you want to try and take a 3rd against Ling Hydra in these positions? Like the Hydra will shoot over the gold base? I don't know.
Slow lings do not do well with stalkers and a mothership cores. We're learning very quickly here, guys.
And really go creep too.
Yeah, it's a little. Well, it's a little bit spread now. He's got the tumor down by the hatchery, but yeah, definitely nowhere up here on the high ground. Stalkers losing just not much more than shields, and I guess the thing is, you're trading out these lings for the gold base. Are you making enough money in the process to make this worthwhile?
He's getting a lot of links.
Well, he's making a lot of links, so maybe it was worth it because in the regular base, he would not have been able to produce that many links.
Wow.
Well, I really like not
melee
just the
weapon
lings.
upgrade, too.
Yeah, exactly. The melee upgrades coming behind this. If nothing else, it makes the lings so good at tearing down buildings. I mean, links with +1, even without +3, without adrenal glands. I mean, just +1 lings are pretty good at going for buildings. So while Rain's getting sentries right now and all this, it's going to be a lot more manageable for DRG to kill pylons, to run by and maybe attack that third. Does try and get on top of the sentries. He might get 1 or 2. No, those forces are a little too good.
He's gonna go straight for the third if he's gonna get the third, and I think that's why he got the lings, right? So 26 more actually on the way.
Yeah, with the more links, yeah.
I just can't see him actually taking a fight with the sentries unless he caught him in like a really bad position. But you know, Rain's been hugging the walls, so he's not gonna catch him like with a complete surround. And no, I just lost opportunity to cancel the third. As now the Sim City's gonna be there. The army's obviously there already. He's following up with a Ling Hydra attack. This is kind of what I expected, and which is why I'm glad that Rain did take this third as opposed to being really ballsy.
The gold.
Yeah, the gold base.
Well, lots of lings going to be controlling the map. We're going to have Hydras then get me up behind this once more. Ling Hydra's already proved itself to be quite nice, just generally speaking, but DRG can control it quite good as well. The +1 weapons, again, we're going to see that range come out after this. There we go, +1 range starts immediately, because the Hydra lists become the emphasis behind this, but lots of lings. Very mobile, very quick. Might get on top of this Nexus even with the cannon down. If Rain's out of his base, if he's out of position for even a moment, he could very well lose his third. His force fields have got to be quick.
The dive!
Yeah, I mean, the Nexus is already low. I mean, you'd already got that first run by. The shield's never really fully regenerated.
Again, though, like, even if he dedicates and he burns the force field, he still loses a lot of lings. Those lings are the buffer for this next attack.
Yeah.
Like, do you use the lings now or do you use the lings later? And, like, which one's going to be more powerful?
I guess it really depends on what DRG's plans are, right? Like, if he's planning to just trade out with the army with these Hydralisks, then okay, yeah, losing the lings, whatever. But if he's planning to just kill the third anyways, it might have been worth sacrificing them.
I don't know, because then the army's still alive. Whereas if you attack with the Ling Hydra, you might get the third and the army. But we'll see. If he's transitioning. He's still droning too, so this might just be a defensive Ling Hydra. It's an
Or just to be aggro against the.
He's not moving out at all
hallucinated
though,
Phoenix.
and he hasn't actually got any the speed upgrade for the Hydras. So like Swarm Host play by being protected by the Ling Hydras.
There are just disgusting amount of number of sentries with almost full manas or energies and stalkers.
Mana, please.
And robotics page just starts from Rain.
Yeah.
And
we usually
Locusts.
Yeah, it was Swarm Host. We usually see an attack, right? If a person tries to transition, like Blink Stalker +2 attack. Oh, it happens all the time. And sometimes it does be back a player who's trying to transition into Swarm Host. But because Rain or DOG went Ling Hydra first, like you can't just attack into that willy-nilly. Like you're gonna have a very big Hydra army to deal with first, so he's just gonna go up to a Warp Prism and Colossus, of course.
I'm given number of the sentry counts. Rain could engage
He
in a
could.
fight when his weapon 2 upgrade finishes.
It's a lot more dangerous, right? You're gonna be facing more army than maybe in a different scenario where they went straight to Swarm Hosts. Like, Swarm Host should be a little bit covered because of these Hydras, and he didn't give any Hydras away either. That's another situation that we see a lot where the Link Hydra attack doesn't work, and then the immediate counterattack is what kills the transition. So it's a very passive game.
I kind of hope DRG plays this out kind of like Sulky did, though, with the Swarm Host, where we don't see too much. I mean, 6-9, that general region, but if he dedicates too much, I kind of fear that the Stalker count being what it is, you know, he's just going to be able to blink past the Locust and have a good time focus firing down all the Swarm Hosts. Whereas Hydralisk can actually go toe-to-toe with Stalkers a little bit more effectively. Trying to run by with these lings, but this not only double hold position
look at
Zealots,
that.
yeah, the cannons as well. This wall-off is so nice.
So
I've never seen
fun
anyone
balance.
actually do that so well before.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you panic and press F2.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh no, big locusts, no.
Well, he's gonna wait this gold base for some time. It's starting to actually mine out, but on 14 swarm hosts, I fear this might be a little too much of a resource dedication that's not going to really pay off. He's still going higher.
Foremost, where are you going?
For the swarm hosts, really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna work out fine. There is a war prism in the main though, so I like this a lot better. The hiders are there, taking care of it.
Yeah, Zealots are gonna get choked into the mineral line. That kind of sucks. Okay, so he'll push this back, but the reason I'm saying this may or may not work is like Rain is the type of guy to have that control. We always talk about like the Protoss players, they get down in their last lives and all of a sudden they go crazy bananas with the stalkers, with the blank, and they start going past everything and picking off everything. Rain's kind of one of these guys I see doing that before he's already on his last legs, before he's down to only 4 stalkers and nothing left.
Did someone say banana?
Yeah, what? Yes? What?
Viper's radio. I don't know. I was singing the Minions banana song.
Like Despicable Me minions?
Yeah.
A nice blinding cloud. That was a really good blinding cloud, actually. Stalkers had just blinked into it. They had trouble moving out of it. They took some more hits than they wanted to. And they don't actually kill the space, but they kill so many of the Hydralisks.
Yeah. And he's choosing to replenish them as opposed to maybe getting more swarm. Okay, so
sick recall, yeah.
He gets both. Yeah, that gold base, dying does suck. But again, it is a swarm host player, so he's gonna look to get a bank anyways. Replacing that will be not so difficult.
And also look at the minerals on the gold base. They're almost like.
Yeah, it'd be more of a gas.
It's been mined for a long time. Like it's all right. It's all right if you lose the gold base at this time.
Yeah, I think he knows that too. So I mean, expanding northwards instead is a pretty smart choice. But here's where I think the game starts coming down to. With +3 weapons on the way, we already see Stalkers versus Hydralisks on massive amounts. That's kind of a regular of the game, right? Like +3 blink Stalkers versus +1 or +2 Hydralisks. Locusts are kind of that same boat. Locusts about the same DPS as Hydralisks. They just have a lot less range that they can't shoot up. So the Stalkers could technically trade out with 1 or 2 waves, even if there weren't Colossus behind it. But the fact that there's 4 Colossus, there's Storms, and there's most importantly Force Fields. This is why I thought those Locusts, this dedication might not be too worth it. I think Rain should be able to deal with this.
It is just like, it's becoming a game that is about, like, it's going to be about static defense. I realize that.
Going around.
I'm loving this cannon. He's playing cannon defense, tower defense down here to the south, but it's going to be worth it because he can't afford to keep coming back home. With a maxed out army, Rain has to keep his presence offensive, and he can't afford to respond every 2 seconds to every small ling run by. So all these cannons, they look a little bit silly, but they are absolutely worth investing into. See, what I kind of figure here is, like, right now with this positioning, right? Like, he's pushing into the swarm host, whereas he could have just put, like, 4 force fields on the ramp and gone around or shot over. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you could be using the sentries, but not use the energy too much right now. Does start getting 4. Picks off one of the Vipers. Zealot run by up here to the north.
How you throw down the blinding cloud's gonna be... Is gonna be the crucial factor in this fight, I feel like.
Looking forward is a little.
Yeah, that one wasn't very good at all.
Okay, it's questionable. He does take out the Viper at least. So I mean, this was a very critical unit that needed to die.
Yeah. Well, it really, like, the Viper obviously is very helpful. Blinding clouds are even cool if the Colossus get close enough. But I feel like, right now it is more about the spine crawlers. I mean, obviously that's what stopped the blink stalkers, kill the blink stalkers. But
yeah.
It is that game of static defense.
He used too much energy, I feel, though, in the storms while this was going on. I mean, Colossus can beat back a swarm host wave, but it's the storms that let him push.
He's Zealot warping. 6 Zealot warping with Fleet Beacon on the way from Rain.
Yeah, there's a lot of multi-pronged attack.
Fleet Beacon.
Yeah, Mothership. He needs the Mothership.
Ling run by. The Rain's national. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple
and everywhere.
And everywhere, yeah.
There's some cannons to help defend, so I mean, those will buy him time for warpins. But yeah, I guess the biggest thing he is really lacking in this is that Mothership. Without that, it's a little bit hard to deal with the Locusts. And of course, Overseers are not the easiest thing to manage when you've got such. Wow, that was a big charge. When you've got such a big Protoss army. So, given that stealth, given that cloak, it's definitely gonna give him a big aid moving forward.
The Queen's gonna suck too, but look at number of.
More Zealots.
Where's the Locusts going?
I think they were gonna try and rally with the army
gonna
used
say
to be.
Swarm Post. Then Locust went somewhere else. I was like, what is going on?
Dude, Rain is playing this so well. Does he have a couple more force fields? So he's not gonna use that on the Locust. Well, they're gonna disappear soon anyways.
Yoink!
Zealots on top of some of this.
They distract the Locust, which is like really important because he is running out of force fields.
He doesn't kill
Mothership is not with the army, so like a recall would have been, well, obviously not there. And luckily though, doesn't need it.
Yeah, Mothership core in the middle of the map. He's got.
Oh, and Stalker's went. Where is it?
That's
Why?
a
Why?
That was a pathetic mistake.
I think it was a big pathing mistake. Yeah, Templar exposed in the middle of the map. This cost Rain a lot of his army, but he's still got a.
Yeah.
But look at his bank behind us. He's taking a gold too. I really don't feel too bad for those losses, if we're gonna be completely honest.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But he was playing such a perfect game up to that point, you know. Even like the first Blink Soccer in the Spine Colors isn't that bad, but that was pretty bad. But it is, I think, a case of like, okay, DRG's army is still scary as heck. Like, look at that army. But Rain is doing such a great job controlling the pace of this game. He's on 5 bases himself. He is going up to the mothership. I don't know if DRG has the, stamina. Yeah, I guess the stamina.
I'd really like to start seeing a Dark Shrine come down as well. These Zealot run-bys are fantastic, but if he mixes in a DT like once every 3 or 4 warp-ins, I think he gets a lot more damage done. I still, like, even though he's not really that big of a player anymore, like, I always think back to Todd's play versus Swarmhost whenever we see him do the Dark Templar / double Warp Prism / multi-pronged harass. I mean, it always seems to be the best way to deal with this.
But Todd, like, okay, I love Todd's style, which I'm so sorry it's not like really playing anymore. But the thing about it is that you dedicate so much into the multi-pronged attacks that for Todd, at the very least, like, he wouldn't have that perfect Protoss army with a mothership and like Tempest because he wasted so much money like attacking everywhere with like 5 different War Prisms.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's still, I agree. It can go poorly, but it's still my favorite one that we've seen at least.
Yeah, Rain is doing a great job though. Like, he is getting a perfect army as well as doing like moderate amounts of
kills the natural.
actually doing a lot of damage.
Kills the natural base. Nice job with the Zealots. Kills the northern base. Nice job with the main army. There's still a lot of storms sort of caked in here with the Templar. Let's not forget a couple of feedbacks too for those nasty, nasty Vipers. But where is that mothership? Oh god, she's really far behind.
Yeah, but the Spires are all going to go down, and like the Tempest transition should have been made.
Oh, Storm in the middle line. He's gonna catch these Hydras as well. Dives for a couple of the Vipers. This isn't looking too bad for Rain at all. Storms go down like nuts, and he finds DRG out of position. GG is called. Rain, ladies and gentlemen, will take 3rd place in this tournament.